Yeah. Like,
And
it's
I
not.
was going, God, I hope nobody I know goes to
No,
see
it was actually.
The movie was made for you.
And I actually had the same thought because I grew up. I think my mom raised me to help sustain.
But and
Even that point where the big stand where she said math was hard. My understanding is it is the opposite of what it seems like it would be. And I've even actually heard
Okay, we're
from
live.
my students.
We are live. So I'm going to share.
We're alive.
Quite modern, I thought.
Can you guys hear
It's
me?
modern.
It's interesting.
Are you
Platform
okay?
to be ironic.
Hi.
their lifetime, and they're still not equal to.
Can you guys hear me? Nope.
So the men who were rushing online thought it was just men bashing. But it was actually wild because they were treated similarly to how women are treated every day. And so it was, I think, an eye-opening thing for them to see, like, oh, well, this isn't unusual for a woman to actually have to go through that. So,
You never look to left or right when you're walking down the street and looking for assist. I'm always aware of who's there with it.
Yeah.
Because we've always had to be. You had to know every minute who was anywhere.
All right. So we are live. There's a couple people
Hi,
online
live people.
with us. And
You're
if-
alive people, and you're live people.
Oh. I guess I don't really need that.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh. Okay. So welcome this I can't get to it and it's over there. Okay, I turned it on and then I turned it off
On and off.
and now it's on.
And now it's on. Bonk.
Here's my
Oh, okay. All right, everyone, welcome. If there's people here, we can kind of join around front and I'll get started and kind of explain everything. This is Rumble 531. We are just gonna roll the dice. We are gonna roll the dice. We're gonna spin the wheel, roll the dice. This is the 531st time that we got together. Welcome so much, everyone who's joining us new, who's joining us family forever, joining us online. Welcome. I'm going to start with the land acknowledgement. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsuut'ina people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. Thank you so much for joining us. So we are totally free. Everyone's welcome. Welcome to come and hang out. Welcome to come and make art. We really want to make sure that it's a safe and a comfortable place. So if ever you have any questions, please let us know. We're spinning the wheel currently. Felix, explain what the first piece of inspiration is.
It's self-explanatory.
Show the people at home and show the people here. It is a lovely garden gnome relaxing on a lovely mushroom.
No.
No?
No.
A toadstool?
It is an unlovely garden.
Oh. So what would you say the first piece of inspiration is? Relaxation?
No.
Okay.
It's no.
What happened to our improv game? Yes, and
No.
no. Okay. No. But
He just crossed over into teenager.
yeah, we just witnessed it. So first piece of inspiration is our garden gnome. Whatever you get from that. So when you're making art, please remember you do not need to follow the pieces of inspiration. We just really do this because we've done it 530 times in a row.
gnome?
Garden gnome. Okay. Do you want to open a page? So all materials are welcome.
This one. I escaped from school
Hold on.
as soon.
But we always land on that one.
I escaped. No,
We always land on that page. That's probably why it's easier to.
Did you say we lie about it?
We always land on that one.
Oh, land on it.
people keep working in a freelance world, and more of today's world is freelance because their work is good, and because they are easy to get along with, and because they deliver the work on time. And you do not need to feel. You don't even need all three. 2 out of 3 is fine. People will tolerate how unpleasant you are. No. If your work is good, yes, and your deliverer is on time, yes, then they'll forgive you for the lateness of your work. No. It's good. If it's good, yes. And they like you, yes. You don't have to be as good as the others. No. You do. Well, I don't.
He's reading and giving us commentary at the same time, but people can't see what's the reading and what's
Yeah, I know. It's the
the
word
Did
of
you
the-
say the theme is Felix?
If you're on time,
What's
yes.
Be on time?
what's the main theme of what you just read?
Be on time. Be on time or don't
Be
be on
on-
time?
Be on time and don't be on time.
Okay.
Time. Okay, first piece of inspiration is the gnome, relaxing. Second piece of inspiration is be on time. Third piece of inspiration comes to us from our literary witches, Yumiko Kurahashi, a Japanese surrealist from 1935 to 2005. I'll show the picture to the people at home. Really beautiful illustrations.
What is the situation of that?
Sybil of Masks,
Yeah.
Extraterrestrial Eggs, and Twisted Fantasies. Troubled by your dreams, you visit Yumiko for a psychic reading. She holds a crystal ball as you describe your visions. This, she says, picking up the ball and holding it high over her head, contains your subconscious. She smashes the crystal ball on the ground. You choke in the pungent fumes. When the air clears, Yumiko is gone. What remains, glass shards and black sticky substance. The ink material shapes itself into 3 sexy catwomen and 1 alien. They begin to caress one another. The deranged creatures walk towards you, paw you, turn you inky too. You come to at the psychic's table. The room is clean, the crystal ball intact. You notice your reflection across the room. You look just like Yumiko. Her small teeth smile back at you. Your black tail flicks with a pleasure that may or may not be your own.
Let's do one extra. Can you turn the volume up?
Well, it's hidden behind. I can't really. It's full.
So when we used to when we opened this place, we used to have maybe sometimes 70 people in this room, and then COVID came and we would have 70 people at home, and then during the heat of COVID, we sometimes had 700 or 800 people at home, and then COVID kind of ended and we had people back and we had maybe 80 people here and about 80 people at home, and then COVID came back again. And now we have usually as many people at home as we have here. So this is awful because I always have to be the bad guy in this one.
Oh, I did forget to say that.
Yeah. So we don't charge any kind of fee. If you sell your work, half the money goes to the gallery to keep it open. Jess and I put all of our money and all of our stuff into the gallery to keep it open. I'm telling you guys, so you can tell anybody that comes in. There's 7 people following us right now, and I'm looking at about 5 people in the room. I think there's probably a few people hanging outside. It helps us a lot if you find the link on Facebook or YouTube, copy it, share it, email it to a friend. The links right now are essential to keep us alive, and it's way more important. People come in and are like, I'd like to donate $500 to the Rumble. I'm like, if you could just click share on a Wednesday, that'd be amazing. So it really helps us a lot if you can find the link and click share. And then right now it's not make it or break it. Right now, the people that are watching at home are watching for their own sake. More people will dribble in. It'll be quite crowded by 9. At 9 o'clock, we shut down this feed, especially if you're selling your artwork. If you share that link, is a way. We have 25 people that show up online. Sometimes they're in groups of 5, and so there might be like in the hundreds of people watching. But if there's only 7 people watching online and only 5 of us here, the auctions just suck. So make an effort to find the link and share it for the end of the night, 9 o'clock. If you feel like practicing, now's a good time to practice. And it means so much to us. And it's really easy step to skip, but it is kind of make it or break it for us. And then Jess is supposed to be really like about that because she's all like, hi, can you guys share? And then... So I'm the bad guy.
You do a good job, and you're not a bad guy. No.
But also, like, when you guys are really helping me by listening, because if other people come in and they're new, you can kind of help explain what's going on too. So that's why we're so bossy with the interview. Give everybody over here. And then my son, where's my son? He's here somewhere. But he's
I'm
not.
here.
Yeah. My other son's outside somewhere, so it's awesome that you guys are helping. Thank you.
Yay!
Click share
So
on the button.
online we have
Click share on the
Dusty,
share button.
and we have Kelly,
We'll share.
and oops, I put Dusty on twice. There's a vertical and a horizontal version of her. That's exciting. Okay, so yeah, some people are joining from their different studios around everywhere, and we are going to start making art, and I'm going to start putting the pieces of artwork. Already there's really beautiful pieces from Rich Teru
Are
this
there
week, and
aliens
from
joining
Peter
right now?
Biggity, and from some pieces, Alox, and some pieces from last week. So I'm going to start putting up some pieces on the event page, which is event 5, Rumble 531 as well. So people at home are able to look through and see the pieces. So yeah, find a space, move things around, whatever you like, and then let us know if you need anything. Thank you very much. Yeah. Also, we used to listen to good music, but it will kick us off the broadcast feed if we do that. So now we just talk to each other or listen to headphones.
Well, we'd all prefer to talk.
It was funny because some of the kids yesterday.
Yeah.
the day before. Anyway, they'll send me a Snapchat.
You don't have to whisper.
Yeah.
Or you tell
I
me
just,
Wait.
well, I just don't want people to think it's bad if a student is not a student anymore. Though,
Yeah.
Snaps me.
Yeah.
But they were having a party, but they were all sitting on their phones on the couch. So I wrote
It's like
down-
those.
It was like a picture, like he went like this, and then everyone was sitting on their phone. And I'm like, so I wrote back, I'm like, oh, fun, a party. Are you guys doing a Kahoot? They were like, Mom, no. Like, well, that's what it looks like. You're all on your phones.
Super funny.
Not
Where
even
are
like-
the
What's the problem?
not even
I
like-
want the buttons. Push buttons.
Oh, I have a button for you.
Oh! Thank you. I'll just put some of this.
What should I work on?
And I want to finish some pieces too.
Maybe I should finish this.
It's really nice you have time, like you start up. Oh, what? That's so nice.
I've started one, and I haven't finished both of them. So I'm like, which one do I work on?
I love that.
You helped me cut this one down. I should just work on that, right? That was the very first thing we got. And I was like, oh, maybe I should finish this. Right? Oh. And then I'll get a post.
Can you tip it down a little bit? Hi, Stephen. How are you? Nice to see you.
Have you heard from Kelly?
Kelly?
Yeah, or anybody online?
No.
Hello? Can you hear me? Nope.
Sorry, I just meant like Kelly's online.
The vertical version is frozen. The vertical version.
There's 2 Dusties.
Oh, I see. Which one's vertical? This one?
Up and down.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
That's
Okay.
Okay, I found a thing. I've been looking through all my stuff. So here's, I know you already know this, so here's one that you. I don't know how old it is.
Can you hear me now?
That's
From a
so.
long time.
Looks like 70s.
I know.
Okay.
That's super fun.
Kelly, are you talking at all?
You know, and
Yes,
this-
I am talking.
Or Dusty?
There you go.
No, I'm talking.
Do your shit.
Dusty or Kelly, are you with us?
Yeah. That is so cute. That would be really it's like constant. Yeah. Constant.
Hello. Hello.
That's super cute. These are so
I'm
cute.
talking.
Thank you.
Kelly's talking and we're not hearing her.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
So what's
It's probably the volume down on the.
Oh, we can hear you.
not the volume. I'm looking at the volume right now, but it just popped on now.
Oh,
I-
there we go.
Thank you for checking that in.
Yeah.
There's no sound in the stream, Dusty says. Dusty, can you hear me now? Dusty's on mute.
I can hear you.
Dusty, check your speakers.
I just have to be careful. I have resin on me. I don't want to touch anything.
Yeah, I really feel that.
Yeah. It's on
It really resonates with me.
What's resin?
It's like the glue from a tree. It's really sticky.
All right. Yeah, that's
Goop.
And it takes a long time.
It's really good for coating paintings.
Exactly.
And heavy.
It's really good for placing fake noodles too.
Did you say it's fake noodles?
Yeah, I'm working on noodles here. I've used resin on the noodles. They're clay.
Do this, and then I started working on more of the embroidered patches to sell too.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Are you okay? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Take back to it.
I can't hear you through. I can only hear you through my computer separately. I can't hear you on my phone.
Oh,
I
weird.
can only hear you through my computer separately. I can't hear you on my phone.
Try putting headphones on the phone.
See, and then we get that feedback.
I love feedback. Makes this evening twice as exciting.
We only have to say half as much.
Tammy can hear us.
What? That sounds like
The feedback I don't like is when I forget to turn the sound or the mic up on this computer.
Oh
It
yeah.
makes that awful drunk noise. Can you get Mr. Teru, Mrs. Teru, can you get Mr. Teru a passcode? What's funny?
I had to like.
Which Mr. Taylor?
This one.
Which one?
Everything is wrong with this computer.
250
No, it's not. It's not. Oh, okay. 2
50
0
275.
2
And Sandra, which I have to look. Which did you take home the pieces you got last week?
Because I was.
We're talking again. Yeah, I know.
It
I
was
wanna-
a hand that had.
Yeah, the eel. Like yeah.
And it was at the conference.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
But the same, was it from the same girl?
The same. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got for you.
Charlie?
Yeah. Oh, hello! It's so nice seeing you again.
It's me.
You're magic.
It's an on-Rakito night.
you
I
you said
mean,
you're moving, so it's like
These
you're.
are just 3.
Yeah.
And these are not all I own.
Uh-oh, Luke.
Oh,
He was just talking
is
about.
that me being loud?
No, he was just talking about the feedback, and he was like,
Feedback
he's
is
setting up the
awesome.
things. It was not you. Everything is good.
I like the feedbacks.
Awesome. Here's a funny thing, is my
What?
previous father-in-law just gifted me a painting you made of me at the Gorilla House on the flannel shirt.
Don't give it to me. Don't give it to me right
That's
now.
for Robin. So Pasco
Okay.
Pasco gave it to me to give to Robin.
It had a bit of a likeness of you.
It was good.
Looked a little bit
It was-
like you.
Just kept thinking it was a self-portrait.
And I was like, but it's not quite your style. And then I saw your beautiful writing on it. I was like, oh, it's Kathleen.
I brought something to work on, so I'm gonna go with her and get it.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Hi. Yeah, come on in. Feel free to move tables around. There's that bigger table there, or you can put tables together, whatever you like. Yeah.
That's food.
Did you need help, or are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, good. I was just making sure that I wasn't forgetting.
No, you're gonna have to be sharing his character speech. A number of people may speak below him
Oh, okay.
with the microphone. Not right now.
Okay.
But in an assertive manner. Or you could just do it like super passive, and then I can do it right after you in an assertive manner.
Okay, good, because that's what I'm really good at.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we have the pieces from last week. Would you like them back, or would you like to
Well,
put them?
yeah, one was too ugly, so I want it back.
No.
behind you.
I got
You're
it.
actually forbidden to speak that.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
talk.
I mean, it's
We don't
not.
have very many rules, but we got. You do not have, is it your own work too?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't bash your own work.
Would you like me to put this one in again
I
this
don't
week?
know. I can ask her.
That's great. Beautiful. Okay.
Also, you're beautiful and perfect.
Well, I'm not saying me.
Hey Reba, how are you?
Hey, where should I?
Bike. Is there?
Do you want it to lock it up? There is a blue spot back there that you can put it.
It-
Put it in the way.
No, there's a spot, but I think we might have left stuff on it.
Yeah, the deck. Rich made a deck
There's a bike deck, and it actually drains like
because
the
it's for winter
inside.
riding. There's like a spaces for like the shelves to be pulled out, so when the gravel falls and everything, then you can just pull it out. It's so beautiful. But I think we stacked
It's
a bunch
right
of
on the
stuff
other
on it.
side of the wall. Just check
But
and see if
we
it's,
I shoved a bunch of stuff on it.
I can just. Are there going to be people? You think here, or can I just shove everything?
You can put it right there.
Yeah, and then if you want to
we
remember,
can move the chairs out of the way first.
yeah,
And
totally.
then if it does get crowded, we might.
We can.
I
We have lots of
forgot-
locks.
I forgot the chicken.
I do have a bite
Oh,
on, but
that's okay.
like
Next
I
week.
had my.
It's nice 'cause it's not only one time you
I'm
come, right?
Super paranoid.
I have
You
several
want the
locks
chicken
below
bucket?
as well, but it's better if you just leave it there for now.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
I'm spoiled because my office building has a bike lock in the room, so I don't have to worry. But
You do lock it in the bike lock thing.
it's like ever since it got stolen, I had to buy a seat before, and it cost me like $175 for the seat,
Oh,
and then for the post,
yeah.
and another whatever 100 and something for the seat. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You know, we
No.
feed people. We give away blankets. We give away coats. We feed people dinners. Guy comes by with a shopping cart and a bike wheel, and I just want to knock him out, right? Like, first of all, where'd you buy that shopping cart, right? Second of all, why did you buy just a front wheel of a bike, and why does it look used? You know, like, I have a problem with bike thieves, and strangely, the only thing that's ever been stolen from me here was sunglasses and prescription glasses. And I suppose if you need glasses and my prescription is close enough to yours that you take mine, then I don't mind donating. But if somebody just borrowed my glasses to be a jerk, because that's my trauma. Is I was going to Mount Royal one year, which is a professional writing program there, and I left my glasses in the library. I love the library. I think there's a fireplace, and I left my glasses for like 15 minutes. Went back to the table. My glasses were gone. The lenses were popped out and on the floor. So some
Just took the
goofball
frame.
popped the lenses out of my glasses so he could pretend he had glasses for 20 minutes, you know. And then on the way out to the parking lot, I found the crushed frames by the door. Somebody popped my lenses out, pretended he had glasses. You know, like,
Yeah.
Was that your kick to the thief?
do you have glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you lend your glasses to your friend and they only ever say one thing. They go, "Oh, you're blind." Like sometimes people go, "Can I try your glasses on?" I'm like, only if you promise not to say, "Oh, you're blind." Doesn't matter how light your prescription is, that's what they say.
Yeah, mine's pretty light, so I can usually do it.
Yeah.
Can I borrow supplies again? This was impromptu.
I'm trying to think what I have. Yes. Here. Yes.
Can I go to the back?
Yeah.
And go outside?
Yeah.
I know I should like keep
There's a
stuff in
lovely
my
piece of Bristol.
but I keep forgetting.
That's okay.
Do
It's
you ever
nice.
do the super realistic ballpoint drawings? Ever really try that?
No, I have not. But I can try.
Well, this particular paper that I have handy
Still?
works really nice with the ballpoint. But I don't have a ballpoint. Oh, I do here. Try this. Look up on your phone, super realistic ballpoint. Now you don't have to do what you're going to see because you can see almost like photograph-like ballpoints. But
Oh, I think I've seen them.
Yeah.
I haven't actually done anything.
so what I was going to say was, when I was in school, you showed up at art class with a ballpoint pen, they'd send you home like, kind of like showing up to gym class without change. I'm
Right one.
going to give you this
Oh.
table.
Oh yes. We're having a table.
All of these desks were in Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one with the kids.
Oh, the last one.
I would call it Rust City because we did some stuff for Rust City. Nobody was supposed to speak about it. It's under non-disclosure. Everybody spoke about it but me because I'm the only one that ever believes in my word.
Yeah, yeah.
Over the span of a year, like 10 teachers came by, and they all looked at our desk and said, "Oh, and I know where you got these." I thought they also signed non-disclosures for Rust City. I was like, "Yeah, but we're not supposed to talk about it." And they're like, right. And then a year after I had this conversation 10 or 15 times, I realized each one of them was teachers. Each one of them thought I stole a classroom set of desks out of the school.
Oh.
And so when they're like, "Oh, I know where you got these," I was like, "Yeah, but we don't talk about it, right?" And they're like,
Oh, so they
because they had no idea about Rust City.
That's fun.
But I was, not anticipating either of those things.
Not from a classroom.
What just happened?
The painting likes you.
I was just saying.
I would have thought it was Felix, but it wasn't even Felix.
No, it was my faulty hanging job.
Yeah, but you must have touched something.
No, I was
How did
just embroidering it.
What was the spin today?
Oh, here I have saved all of books.
I really have to start packing my plein air stuff with
This?
me.
That's true. That's exactly what would be perfect for. So did you ever? Did you ever get Mark's planner package?
No,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
no.
So Mark had a planner class, and what he would do is he would arrange with an art store a package of uniform supplies.
Oh, I might have gotten one accidentally when I went to his garage sale at the end when he was getting everything ready. Where there was I had like these packs of like pencils with like a zippy bag with like pencils and a little sketchbook in it.
To no advantage to Mark, he arranged with the art store to get a deal on a package of supplies. So he did not get a cut. The store made a bunch of sales, made a bunch of new contacts, and the students ended up with a uniform set of art supplies that were consistent and appropriate for Mark's class, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I should.
And then Jess's school was doing a fundraiser. And I was suggesting, well, instead of doing a fundraiser where like you sell chocolates or something that's not connected to the art form, it's not.
I'm just saying. Oh, Tammy.
What if the school
There is a
arranged for a
ghost.
plein air set? So basically, whenever parents are going on holidays, they go, "Oh, we're going to Mexico for 2 weeks. Am I going to miss any homework?" I'm like, "Please take some art supplies with you to Mexico,
Yeah.
and your child, my student, can do whatever drawings they need to do to fully experience the trip."
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do was arrange with an art store a package. Because have you ever bought an art set, like the complete art set with 100 pieces or whatever? And then they're like, "What's this paper thing for?" He's like, "Well, they offered you 100 pieces, and that's one of the things they can throw in that set that can count as an item that's absolutely worthless, right?" So what if it was, instead of 100 pieces and 25 of them are useless, what if it was like 65 really useful pieces for an art set?
Yeah.
And then maybe they give a discount, and as a fundraiser for our school, if we got like $10 on each package, the store was able to bring in some clients and get these kind of bulk packages, and they sort of split the discount between fundraising for the school and cost savings for the family. It'd be a perfect idea. So I talked to the stores and the school, and everybody liked the idea, but stuff like that never really gets finished. Kind of like working for the city.
That's a cool idea. I like the idea of having like creative kits.
Well, it makes sense for the store because then they have new clients coming in by box loads of stuff.
Yeah.
So if they can manage a 20% discount, then we can make 10% of that discount be the parents' discount, and 10% could be the fundraising for the school, right? It works for the parents because they don't have any junk that they don't need, and they get a bit of a discount. And it works for me because now my kids are going on holidays with a box full of art supplies.
Yeah.
And plus, they're not buying a bunch of junk they don't need.
They're not going to use. Yeah. That's my plan for October. I'm going down to Guanajuato on my own.
That's what you're saying. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, the Hugo, where I'm staying, he's already getting me all the tickets, like, because it's a performing arts festival. So I'm taking in the last 5 days of Sorrentino, which is like one of 4 international performing festivals globally.
That's so cool.
So I'm like seeing like the day that I land, that night I'm gonna go see the Harlem Dance Theater.
Oh my
And
god.
then there's the Beijing Dance Theater that I'm going to be seeing a couple days later. And then there's like
Is there feedback?
flamenco. Like it's
This
so
bird.
amazing. It's like
I think
people
it's
from
birds.
everywhere.
What? It's a car.
I think it's birds.
It's what?
Birds.
Kill them.
That's gonna be amazing.
And in between the shows, I'll be sketching. So that's going to be so fun.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be a great trip.
I know. And then I'm staying extra long because then I'll take in Day of the Dead. Because it's like the last day of the festival is on the 29th of October. So if I just stay like 3 more days,
Yeah.
I can experience like Day of the Dead in one of the 2 cities that it's like the best, which is
Oh.
Guanajuato or Mexico City.
Cool.
So it's gonna be amazing.
That's gonna be amazing.
So I'm bringing like tons of sketchy type stuff and
Yeah.
and stuff, and hopefully. And if I wanted to, like Hugo has his print studio there, so
Wow.
if I ask nicely and there's nobody using it, I could probably use like his print studio. It has like the big like presses
And
there.
everything. Yeah.
Somebody's giant black bag going away? Anybody?
A giant.
Is it giant?
Hey, Jack,
Yeah.
I could suggest to the person going to Mexico, try and visit the Mayan ruins.
It sounds like she's gonna have a pretty packed time. Is it by the Mayan ruins? Where ruins where you're gonna be?
This
On
is
the
like
different side.
central
Yeah,
Mexico.
it's a
On
different
the
part.
far side, that's why, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. She just went there and she just like loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like this will be my third time going to Guanajuato.
That's so
It's
cool.
just feels like Europe because it was like
Yeah,
1800s or whatever that it started there,
totally.
and because they have like traveling minstrels dressed in during Cervantino. They have all these minstrels doing shows like
Yeah.
in and around the town. Cobblestones, it's just so cool.
That's really beautiful.
It'll be fun. Because when I went with Mark the first time,
Mhm.
he came just the Mark's trip just ended as Cervantino started. So
Yeah.
that's how I found out about it the first time. And then ever since I heard about it, I'm like, I wanna come back for the festival.
That's awesome.
These are reasons why I wish I wasn't a teacher.
I know I was gonna say like October. It's like when I retire, I have to do that and that and that.
I want to travel on an off season.
September.
Where's those red cans?
What?
Red can. I just painted them red.
Oh, orange. They're in. Hold on. Pause game. Either in the back or in the storage. I can grab them either way. There's too many things.
Something about time, something about gnomes resting.
What did you say?
Gnomes resting. There's a Neil Gaiman book was talking about being a freelance artist is like you have to be good, you have to be on time. Do you want me to get them for you?
No.
You're fine. If you be good, you have to be on time, and people have to like you. If people, and 2 out of the 3 usually work. If
Yeah.
people,
You get away with not being good if you're on time and people like
yeah.
you. Get away with not being on time if you're good.
And then the last one was the author I put in front of you.
What were the things again tonight?
I know I'm relaxing.
Yeah.
The thing we were just talking about, 2 out of 3, and then the Yumiko Hiroshoku.
Can you tell me more about that last one?
Yeah, that one was really cool. She was a surrealist writer from the early 1900s,
Yeah.
and just the little bit was like the little piece of writing was really cool.
So you're not going to tell me about it?
Well, it was about going to see a psychic and the psychic
Right, that's
crashing
what I
the
wanted to
crystal
do.
ball over your head, and then you
No, it's
see
okay, I
all
wanted
these
to-
cat women, and then you are the cat woman. Galen! How are you?
Long time no see.
I didn't hear the word.
He must have
drove
parked
his truck.
farther away, maybe. Maybe he drove his truck.
No, more the motorcycle.
But he did bring pizza. How would you have pizza on a motorcycle?
And a Slurpee.
Oh yeah.
Talented.
You guys just repeat here.
Thank you, Galen.
I should repeat here. I'm right. And there's chef. You want a piece of bread?
No.
There's a really nice thicker one here too if you run out of like your
It's
people.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, cat women. This smells really good.
Is that you were saying? Ask me again if I want a piece of bread.
No, I was just making a statement. Also, Rich made really beautiful bookmarks to hand out to people, and they're on the computer over there.
I watched your TED Talk. Did you actually write your notes by stitching them?
Yeah.
Because I was like, it looks like embroidery, but she's treating it like notes. So I was wondering if this stuff.
Yeah, I love that came across because I wrote it out in like full to write it, obviously, and then I kept like squishing it down and down and down and down until it was like on little sheets of paper. And then I was like, oh man, do I dare? And then it was like a way that I could remember it too. So as I was like embroidering it, I like took that time to like memorize it. So then I had those like pinpoints of like markers to remember it. And then they showed it on the big screen a few times. But yeah, I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, I was like, when I was like looking at that or watching it, I'm like, that doesn't look like paper.
I did, but I'm like, yeah, Rich got a really nice, we have it in a floating frame. But the more I think, but I kind of want to just like hold like anything in the
What if you stitch them together? Like,
yeah, I kind of want to keep them like so you can hold them and like carry them around.
Or like, you know, like not putting these on, but like
Yeah.
somehow braiding or making like you know those rings that you would put, then you could flip.
Oh yeah.
Almost having, like woven rings that you could like
Totally.
flip.
So they wouldn't get lost or out of order,
It
but
would always be like perpetual.
yeah,
You could flip and flip.
that would be super fun. Yeah, they will live in the frames for a little bit and then we'll think of them.
I mean, do you like those floating frames because then you can see the back still?
Yeah,
and everything?
totally. And they're all different like kinds of fabric. There's like canvas and different kinds of linen and stuff. So it's kind of fun to see them all at the same time because they're different colors and they're different.
Oh yeah. But it's cool that when I looked at it, I could see where you were.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be when you were talking about this.
That's fun. Did it show it for a long time when it was up or just for like flashes of it?
When
They
it
put it
was
up
up, it
for
was
extended
quite a
time at the
long
beginning.
time.
Oh.
I took a picture of it.
Oh,
when you
nice.
were speaking. So I was like, she's using those as notes.
Yeah.
And I could see where you were.
That's so fun. Because I didn't know, did I tell you that? Like I didn't know there was going to be a whole like prompter. And so I thought I had to memorize 12 minutes of like straight memorization. And then I was like, and then that's why I thought to do them on like to do that. And then they were like, oh, and then they had a teleprompter and like a whole PowerPoint thing. So like you could have visuals and what you'd want to be saying while the visuals were up. I was like, oh, no, I didn't do any of that. But then it was really easy. I didn't have to practice anything with it because I was like, no, I'm just saying it.
Also, like,
Less
there were
tech
people
to
like
screw up.
working.
Huh?
There were people working.
Yeah. So it was like way less stress because you didn't have to worry about technology.
So I think the first person out, the prompter didn't work on that.
Yeah.
And they weren't really.
Oh yeah. So it showed for a long time.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a photo.
Yeah, I'm sure. I loved the table. I took a picture on it too. It's so beautiful, Rich.
On the table.
Yeah.
So there's you, but
That's
and it was, like,
so
right above
nice.
you, and
That's
I'm
a
like,
gorgeous
those are
picture.
I'll send them to you what I have. I don't know why I didn't. It's kind of fun. You're
That's so fun.
and
That's
then you're
really nice.
right before, so all your stuff. But then and there's closer, so we got it going. I'll send them to you.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
No problem. And then I got
Yeah, I
a
like
couple with
that.
Wakefield.
Yeah, that's
I want to go to that thing. Did he send you that? And he's like February and August or something.
Yeah. I get overwhelmed by all the dates, and I don't know on the top of my
I
head.
think it's like the 29th or something.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I sent it to Luca, but I don't know if he
Yeah.
saw it or not.
Thanks for showing me.
I'll send you pictures. Oh, no.
Yeah, I also took inspiration from your hat.
Oh, nice. Is that awkward then if you're drawing my hat and then they ask you what you're drawing? You're like, oh, nothing. I couldn't see what you're working on. So I wasn't checking up when they went.
No worries. Yeah.
Like those videos where they draw people on the bus.
Oh yeah.
When nobody ever gets busted, like halfway through. What are you looking at? And I was saying it wasn't like that, but now it sounds like I am saying it.
No, I'm just.
I spent a lot of time with my foot in my mouth, but I was just curious.
No worries.
Maybe more than anything, when I asked you, I felt like maybe I shocked you a bit, and so I was trying to apologize for that.
No, that's okay. I mean, maybe I was a little shocked. I don't know.
I will say that.
Like when you're focused, you're like.
Yeah.
All the big feelings we get to have in an evening, trying to be people.
Jessica, I bridged that. Luca is very shy with his art, actually.
I am a little bit. Yeah.
How did that form?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I've just been shy about it.
It is your deepest, darkest secret sometimes.
Yeah, I guess that would be it. Yeah.
We have matching gorilla suits, me and my family.
Yeah.
It used to just be me and Oliver, and then Oliver every week suit, so it was just me for a while. And then we just recently shifted back to.
It was me. I erased it because I sent you weird things by accident.
That's
Can
okay.
you send me some weird things?
It was the Mary Poppins cake. Why did I say that?
That's not that weird.
But so, what was I saying?
Sorry, private moments in your brain.
Oh yeah. So like we just all of us got gorilla suits recently.
Right.
And there was a point where I won this award at the space that I really liked. And so it's really open to whatever they had suggested. They wanted me to come in and talk a little bit in my gorilla suit, but then they wanted me to sort of transition into doing like an interview.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, like how hard would it be to explain to you that I can't transition out of my gorilla suit on stage without sounding crazy. So the idea of somebody seeing me undressing from my gorilla suit is absolutely excruciating. I'd rather be caught in my underpants than have somebody see me
Half gorilla.
un-gorilla.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why that is, only like Jess and I were talking about how we go on these gorilla walks.
Way.
Theory, the purpose is
Kelly has the same thought, Rich. She
meeting
said.
people. And sometimes Felix gets a little tired from the heat and exhaustion of walking around. I used to print cards that said, yes, it's hot in this gorilla suit.
Thank you.
And I was thinking if it wasn't such an awkward thing to get changed, it would make perfect sense for us to just go down with some backpacks. And when we got to Stephen Avenue Mall, we could sort of open up and change into our gorilla suits. But like universally, none of us are prepared to do that. So it was kind of a relief that Jess has the same stigma. She's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't do that either. There is something kind of super nude about having half of a gorilla suit on.
Have you ever seen the movie Happy?
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
I
gorilla
was
walk.
kind of going
The
through a
gorilla walk
divorce.
Yeah.
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
I was going through a divorce, and my school, Dan Osborne, used to take us to the plaza. He must have had a friend at the plaza, where they showed our school Happy.
Are you kidding? I showed that for Elf every
Yeah.
year in grade nine.
But we had the whole theater to watch it. And like it wasn't, I think Braybeck seemed to do the same thing. So it must be something that vice principals know about how to book a whole movie theater for your school. But Osborne took us to go see Happy, and there was these people doing bicycle. You saw it. They're doing bicycle.
Their gorilla walk is like everybody was dressed as a gorilla
Yeah.
or a banana.
And I saw that, and I thought to myself, and I don't often see ideas and think, oh, I'm going to integrate that into my life. I usually protect about coming up with my own ideas. But I remember thinking, wow, like that's a thing you could do. You could totally just own a gorilla suit and go out and be happy with your gorilla suit. So I went home and I ordered Oliver and myself some gorilla suits. And I was going through divorce already, but I remember like there was more of a question at that point, and I remember saying to my ex, "Oh, I just ordered." Oh, I said I was thinking of ordering when I had already ordered father and son gorilla suits, and my ex had said, "If you order father and son gorilla suits, we are getting a divorce." And it was like, "Oh, but I already ordered it." So.
What it is.
And it's actually like it wasn't really, it was kind of indicative of why our values were almost in line, but not exactly in line. Because she's still one of my best friends. But it was kind of a sign, right?
Have you seen the first movie that he made though?
What's
It's
that?
called I Am.
No.
You have to watch that one. He is the man who directed these movies.
Yeah.
Tom Shadyac was actually the director of Ace Ventura
Right.
and those funny, goofy movies.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was an avid mountain bicyclist.
Yeah. Like her.
He used to bike a lot, and he got in a really bad accident and got that concussion syndrome.
Mhm.
And it talked about how he couldn't really do anything. And he's so visual, right?
Right.
He couldn't really stand to watch television or movies or do anything visual, which was very difficult for him.
Mhm.
And he was like, he said something to the effect like he didn't want to die, but he didn't want to live, because if this is
Right.
how he had to live, it wasn't living for him, right?
Right.
So he kind of like said a prayer, like,
I tell a lot of people that I was kind of suicidal when I opened Gorilla House.
that he needed
But
an
it was
outlet.
like I wrote a $9,000 check with $3,000 in the bank, and I needed that $3,000 to last me till September.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a $60,000 check with $3,000 in the bank, and just kind of figured like, well,
Someone will guide
yeah,
Something
well,
will.
when people do put a rope around their neck or jump off a bridge, it's like, why didn't you go to Vegas? Like, why didn't you just take a shot like fixing things before?
you before.
But I was at a kind of, it's the wrong way to describe it, because the reason I brought it up is it reminds me of what you're saying. Is it wasn't so much will not to live, because I wasn't really suicidal. It's not the right word, but I was
You didn't want to live that way.
I was desperate for change,
Mhm.
Yeah. And I get that.
and that's probably the closest way I can like quantify that desperation. Was like
It's like this is
it was a life or death decision to open the Gorilla House.
And that's what he said. And he was laying there and hearing all this news about how terrible the world was. And he was like, what is wrong with the world? And then he said, a prayer of sorts. And if he got out of this, he was going to make a movie, a documentary, where he was going to go ask the best minds in the world at that moment in time, what was wrong with the world.
Mhm.
But and he did get better, so he went and made this movie. But instead of finding out what was wrong with the world, he found out what was right with the world.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's called I Am, and it's based on, I don't know, it was really
That's really.
moving. So that was the first movie documentary, and then the Happy came.
What's second after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I don't know where you can watch it anymore. I used to be able to watch it online, but I haven't been able to find it. I bought Happy because I loved it so
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I'll see.
Did you buy a gorilla suit?
I did not, but
What color would you like?
What color?
Jess got white, Oliver got yellow.
Oh, look at me, right here.
There's
Felix
Purple.
got black but small with a funny face. I have
So
a,
where do you?
well, originally, we used to get them from a place called GorillaSuits.com.
Shut up! There was actually.
Yeah.
I love it.
And since that time, I think GorillaSuits.com didn't seem to survive some kind of COVID transition because it was kind of there right before COVID. I don't see it. We also get all of our fake bones from a place called
Skulls Unlimited.
Skulls Unlimited or Bones. What's the Bones one called? Something Bones.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Dead man's
Bone Clones?
Bone Clones, yeah.
Or Skulls Unlimited.
Bone clones.
Yeah, and they're actually the same business. So one supplies the other, but the prices are reverse of what you think. The one that gets their bones from the other place seems to be more accessible than the ones that actually make the bones. But okay, so GorillaSuits.com is gone. I think most of our new suits came from Amazon/Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super
Well, not
weird.
in the Walmart.
Yeah, it's like all, it was all online.
Walmart, like they have that online version.
Walmart
Yeah.
distributors, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Temu would have like weird.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Basically, it's just like skipping the middleman. That's what Temu is.
I was wondering because all of a sudden there's so many ads. I'm like,
I
what the
have
heck?
bought so much shit off of Temu.
Really? And is it like really, like, is it real? Because all
It's
this,
real and it comes.
It's basically the same. Like I bought things from Amazon and from Temu,
and they're
it's
the
that.
same. Oh, okay.
But it's like an Amazon, like the mold that I got was like $15. On Temu, it was $1.98.
Whoa.
Yes, yeah. It just takes a little longer, and what it does is because when this kid from Michael sent it to me, like, do this for me, and I'm like, no, it's a scam.
Yeah.
And then I do Google searches and research on it, and it's coming straight from the manufacturers instead of going to.
Is there some chance though that it's not passing some of the lead content things you might have? Like,
Oh, I don't know because I haven't bought anything.
so the thing that I worry about with like the restore is like, oh, you can buy the same thing for $4 instead of $40. It's like, yeah, but like, did they skip a step? Like,
Not from what I was researching. Everything seemed pretty on board or overboard. How do you say it?
Yeah. Above board.
Above board? Thank you. Not overboard. That was and the things I haven't ordered big things. I ordered some slippers. And
Yeah.
stuff for my bathroom.
Yeah.
The boys love the new bath mat. It says "Get Naked," and
can you put that at the front door
I'll put that at the front door. Yeah.
just for me? And not forever, just for like a
No,
week.
for a night.
Yeah. See what happens.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, so just as you know, so we don't overlap, Felix has his own unique suit because it's small. Jessica has her own unique suit. She got the white one. Oliver got a yellow one. It's the same suit as Jessica, so they have some of them have the same face. Oliver's and Jessica's suits are similar to Oliver's first suit, but he had a black version with a black skin, whereas the colored suits, the yellow and the pink and the white, have a pink flesh
Paler.
tone.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, if you pick a green one or a purple one that we already haven't covered, we could have more of a nice. We could have more of a
Yeah, like she said, like purple or blue or something. That's
rainbow
awesome.
gorilla parade, which would be nice.
You want to be the blue? The green? You could be the green.
Just meant to get pink, but she ordered white.
But then I thought I can paint the face like with hearts and stuff because I think
The white really
Dye. You
suits you,
could
actually.
probably use the
Rit or something. Yeah, if I wanted to do some hair dyeing. I'll show you. I wore a dress my mom gave me.
over top of
Yeah.
it. I love it.
It was so cute. I found myself like skipping down the street.
It's kind of annoying actually, because like even in a gorilla suit, she's drop dead sexy. Everybody's looking at her, and it's like, I don't know why that bothers me. It doesn't really bother me.
It shouldn't. She comes home too.
She gets a pimple sometimes, and I'm just like, thank God she's human.
Yeah, your picture was in my studio for a while there, like, or because of the fashion. There was that place that was selling some clothes, and you were one of the models.
Oh
So I'm like, I knew that person.
That's what we thought when we were driving down the street one day. Actually, what happens to me is I'm quite proud of myself because I'm not the kind of piggish man that goes out and looks around at other women. But every once or twice in the blue moon, I'll be like, wow, that's a beautiful woman's hand. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that's my wife's hand. So it's happened twice that I was flipping through the internet and was distracted by another woman, or at least the beauty of this one particular hand I saw on the internet. And then upon further inspection, it was actually my wife's hand. So there's no harm, no foul. And every now and then I'll be in the shopping mall and we get separated and I'll be like, just looking around, all of a sudden I'll see a beautiful woman and go, oh, that's my wife.
I looked up gorilla suit costume on Temu, and all it gave me was inflatable weird things.
You have to get like the cheap stuff.
Well, you need that too. You do need some inflatable weird things.
There's a really weird mask.
Oh, yeah.
The chip one. There was really creepy. It looked extra creepy because it was a morph suit, but it was like printed as a gorilla, and it looked so scary because it was like skinny. Oh, that's funny because it's inflatable.
What's nice though is if we all have different gorillas.
Different, yeah.
It makes for a nicer gorilla parade.
It does.
And then what we do is we go around. One time we went around with art pieces. And we gifted art pieces to anybody that smiled. And you really learn a lot of.
It's a lot of psychology.
Walking around in a gorilla suit
because it's really interesting.
You don't need to smile at us. That's fine. A lot of people.
I'm smiling, but then I realized people couldn't see that I was smiling because I was doing that.
You'd be like, I don't need to talk to you in your gorilla suit. The thing that drives me nuts though is when they walk by and they don't acknowledge that it's like they pretend they can't see you in a gorilla suit. I'm like, okay, look at it's 40 degrees. I don't care if you think I'm funny or not, but don't pretend I'm not wearing a gorilla suit.
Give me a giant Rastafarian head.
Okay. Can I see?
Yeah, like it says Halloween cosplay Jamaican singer without battery inflatable reggae.
I kind of think that somebody from our district ended up in the newspaper wearing one of those.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not...
Oh gosh! Like look at it. It's very creepy. Oh no! She had another thing going on. Maybe like that.
It's so funny that like
a little bit of extra hair.
I am a pinko commie, but it is hard to like that guy.
Hair. My mom always like, she's like, I voted for his dad. I love his dad.
Okay.
Lots of people voted for his dad. That's everybody.
Let's think about Felix, if you don't mind.
Sometimes I think they voted for his dad twice.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, I think a lot of my relatives like that.
Yeah.
They should have a parade, like Rich was saying. Everybody just walk down from Rumble House, dressed up.
Well, what we're gonna do is go from different destinations and do different things. So some days we might do like a gorilla garbage clean.
Okay.
My whole thing is when I see somebody that smiles at us, they get a painting.
Or the bookmarks that you
Or the
made
bookmarks.
or something.
I'd also like to do some chalk drawings as well as a gorilla.
Hey, Lux, what's your opening bid on your piece?
I would be up for that. Be fun.
Yeah, right?
It's just a scary corn.
Scary.
We don't have a corn in our parade.
We do not have a corn.
Why?
Why?
I like that.
I like that.
Scary
It's
corn.
pretty corny.
Yes.
Finish up jokes around here.
And then you could call him Colonel Corn.
Oh, goodness.
Also, I noticed my laugh is even louder in the mask. Rich always.
Only to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear earplugs and a mask because that's how I deafen myself.
Yeah. I didn't know that until I laughed and I said, "Ow, my ear."
It's like having a plastic bucket over your head.
Yeah.
I'm missing funny
as in
things.
What color gorilla suit are you gonna get?
Coming back.
Would you like someone to bring a table for you? Or are you okay?
I'll get you a
And the little lizard.
I would have missed conversation.
That would be pretty cool.
Are you talking about colored gorilla suits? Is everybody
I would've
getting one? Like absolutely
At the very
everyone?
least, I'm gonna give you this.
That's good, that works.
Arms.
Oh,
Like a
whoa.
That's
That's
like-
fast.
I have to see
Fashion.
I haven't seen you in
Drawn
this
that.
Felix was taking
Photos.
I was like, you need to take a picture before I take this off.
I love
And then
that
This
one.
is a picture of a picture because I wanted to show my mom, but this family asked if they could take pictures.
Oh, so good.
This family asked if we could take pictures.
It looks like it's taken in a vacation spot. It looks like a vacation spot.
It does.
Somewhere
You know what?
where
Yeah.
Rwanda.
It really looks like those kind of places where,
Like
like
in
in
the
this place.
Niagara
Yeah.
Falls or something.
Yeah,
There's a
a
polar bear.
That's so good.
An inflatable polar
That's a good. I would get that an 8x10. And frame it in a gilded frame. That's family
I was like
photo
hiding
right
in the
there.
abandoned home or something.
With
Or
a
in the
random
walls.
family.
When people take it out.
I know, I showed my mom, she's like, who is that? I'm like, no, someone just asked if they could take pictures.
Yeah, and you know what? So if you're nice, you get a free piece of artwork or a bookmark. But if you're grumpy, you get nothing. You get a photo.
You get nothing. Actually, can I tell the story of the rude dude on the bike?
Rude dude.
What was a rude dude?
We're on the we're first of all always super conscientious because we take up a lot of space because you're like in a gorilla suit and there's three of us. So we were always looking around making sure we're walking down the side so we're not like taking up the whole pathway.
Right.
And so we're walking along and then this group of guys were like laughing so hard and they're like, can we have pictures? So we're taking pictures. And then we're on the sides of the bridge. We weren't in the middle of the bridge. And then this bike was like ding, 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 move, he said. And they were on the side. And Rich, he like waits till he drives by and he goes, oh, and then the guys laughed. The guys laughed so hard.
Did the guy jump or did he
No, the biker wasn't even, he was just like filled with rage.
Oh,
But the
he was
guys
so
that were
angry.
taking the picture laughed so hard that Rich did that. I wish it was just like so cute.
I do want to be careful that I don't have somebody like ride into traffic when I do that. It is a very,
We weren't by a
it was
road.
very- he would have rode into the side of the bridge. I doubt he would have went over the edge, so it was very calculated. This should be okay, but I don't want to like encourage people to dress up as gorillas
And scare
startle
people.
'cause
Right.
We're all gonna go and copy you. We're all gonna go get gorilla outfits.
I'm expecting you to.
And
What
we're
color do you
all
want?
gonna ask people to get photos with us.
I'm hoping,
You think
but I
that?
don't want you
There's
to.
like-
No, I do. I want you to come gorilla suiting with us. That's why I was going to ask you what color you want, because it helps if we're all different colors for our gorilla rainbow.
Here. See that? Sandra. It's like the triple.
Yes.
And then,
But then I
where
feel like
do
the
you
giant
get
gorilla
these?
type Teletubby gorilla or something.
Where do you get them?
The
Just
internet.
like
From
from
the internet. Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah. Or like
Technically, I think ours.
I
came
think
from
it came
Walmart.
from Walmart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Did it?
So should I search Rumble
This is
House sort on of like a YouTube to find the auction?
thing.
Rumble House Live Art? Is
The
that what I
auction
searched?
part isn't up yet. We put that up at 9. But thank you for looking at
Yeah.
it. Share.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that-
Yeah,
is
it
that your-
reminds me of Sully.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Put two
tell
words
the
on it.
parents where they can look for it.
Right at 9 o'clock, we'll get you that link.
We'll share the link for you, and then they can see the auction chart. Yeah.
In fact, even better, if you want to just text me when at 9, I'll send you, send me the link and I'll send it to you.
That's
Does that work?
Yeah.
Forever
Yeah.
to figure out it.
Dusty's backstage.
Sorry, Kelly.
Dusty's backstage. She had to reboot her.
Oh, Thank you.
Sorry, I'm getting two fans in it.
That's actually true.
Yeah, that is a bugger because we it's like a time limit thing. I think it's like a 4-hour time limit. So usually we're fine, but one time it just like cut off like right at the end.
And you guys didn't know it?
No, I think it was kind of funny. There something happened.
I think we know right away.
I think we no, because you were outside, something happened. I was just randomly blah blah blahing to the people. And then I was like, oh, we're not on anymore. And so it meant to look funny to the people. And then we just finished up when you came in, you're like, did you sell my piece? And I was like, ugh. And then we finished it up just like in here.
Okay, that was Jacob B. Loaned some money to a guy who couldn't cash a check,
Oh no.
and the money didn't go through. Jacob ran off. The guy with the check money was like planning to murder him,
Oh God.
and I spent the night trying to talk this guy into giving Jacob a chance to get the money to him.
Gorilla suits don't sound that crazy when you think about all that stuff.
Well, and like whenever anybody says, "Hey, can you cash this check for me?" Just say no. Cash it yourself, because that never works.
You just wear your jeans and
Something
then
always goes wrong.
I love
And then there's hard feelings. And I'd already told that guy twice I was not going to cash his check. And then he was mad that Jacob's money didn't go through. It's like, I cannot help you with Jacob's bank.
With Jacob's
He was,
bank.
like, freaked out and kind of hiding or something like. It's not good business. It's not a good business model.
This one is very fun. It's
Are you ordering that suit? I'll pay for half.
No, I'm looking right now, but look at
Okay.
this. You can
There's a
wear
plethora.
You can wear
Theo.
your jeans and just be a gorilla on the
Yeah.
On the top.
There's one where you can.
I don't like that look.
I don't
There's
I
one where you
like
can put your
that
legs
look.
into pants and you put your body into a cage, and then there's a rubber body carrying the cage.
So it looks like you're in.
your legs
Yeah.
become the legs of the
Of the
person
gorilla,
carrying, and then,
and then
and
the
then you've got
gorilla's
tiny fake legs inside
This was like
Do they have red ones?
Yeah, so you put the red one.
I'd be drawn to red.
Oh my gosh.
There's the
Yes.
red one, yes.
Oh,
They're so funny.
wow.
There's an inflatable one. And you would be cool because it has fans.
Does it have like?
Look.
Is it functionally inflatable? Is it like?
Yes. It has 2 fans in the back, it says.
Can you wear it?
And you wear it.
Oh, that's
Like
nice.
UAV.
Oh, that makes
The
you
boys
really
had
muscular.
inflatable, just blue suits.
Do you need a table or something? No.
But he's laying down, he's hanging out.
I did forget something. I was gonna
You
ask.
could play with a dinosaur.
The Hello Kitty skull face.
Oh yes, I got you.
I sort of think that's leaning against the wall here.
No, I got it. It's a different one. Because Leanne outbid Sandra for that one last week, and then Yo got the one from before.
You could just have men's 8 pants with legs. You could just be, one person could be the legs and one person could be the top. Look.
You could just get legs.
You could just get legs. No, they're called apes. Ape pants.
Oh,
Do you need these pieces?
yes. I just don't want. I don't need them. I just don't want them to make a mess.
Oh, messes are fine.
Oh wait, we could use that as a bottom. For the top.
Like that one.
What?
Oh my god, did everybody notice so much
This is just the top.
What is that?
And feet.
I saw that and I thought, is that 10 weeks old or?
There's cherries.
I know, there's a great big
The guy.
charcuterie board.
Holy mackerel.
Is
Yeah, where does this stuff?
So,
Here. There's this amazing family. Tarek. So Tarek, we met a long time ago. And Tarek would come all the time with his friend Charlie. Tarek was recently. There you go. Oh. And Tarek's family knew that he loves to play him. And so they wanted to continue. And so they introduced him.
And I forgot to ask you something the last time I was here, and I finally remembered to ask.
What is it?
So have you gotten out in the release?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. So, Jess has one, Felix has one, and Oliver has one. And we're gonna start doing guerrilla parades. They're just climatizing, so, I haven't taken them out like downtown 8th Avenue yet. Because it's actually kind of, oh, Jess might show you a picture. Do you have the?
Was it really
Nope.
girl face? What did you ask?
Gorilla suit to show.
Yes,
Wait, I want to see the picture.
So, it's actually kind of psychologically a little damaging.
Can I see the picture?
Like, there's a lot of big feelings.
Family asked if you could take a picture. Sandra, do you still have the picture? Here, go under.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Here you go. Here's your next
So-
one. No?
Have you had the
How about
opportunity
just
to
the
give away
top
art
with
then?
beads?
We did, yep.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Look at
I don't think, did we give Theo's art away last time?
No, we do something different every time. We're gonna do it. The next time we're gonna do it when it's more people.
We're gonna go down.
We are testing it out this time with the bookmarks that we made. We made
Oh,
the
yeah.
bookmarks. Hey, Mom! I know you.
Well, there's one.
Look, he's like, it's just called a gorilla shirt.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, your shorts.
Isn't weird?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be?
You're cold the dog. Oh, you look so nice. It's kind of cold outside. It's beautiful.
It's
Where did you
made
get it?
from the son of Pharaoh.
Oh,
It's made
yeah.
from ceramics from the Nile.
Okay, I found how much. Now I kept putting
You know
tunies in.
Kathleen, right? Kathleen from Gorilla House.
Yes.
From years ago.
I
My
have
mom.
2 of your wonderful pieces
Yeah, she
in
has
my.
really nice.
Do you?
I have a Canadiana room and a whatever room and a.
I used to buy all the time. I
Beautiful.
had the little legs.
I
did
it's
a
on
lot
that
of
board
indigenous
and I got it
Oh, nice.
and I bring the edges. It looks wonderful.
Most of my stuff.
Yay.
I know.
Bye.
Look, I can park here till tomorrow, 6:45. Oh my God.
Right, that is a knockoff of Vincent Van Gogh painting that I painted into. I'll tell the whole story later. It's actually kind of embarrassing.
When is it?
Yes, she's the whole
Well, I
revealing
painted myself
department.
into it, so technically you could say it was now.
The guy at
But,
the-
so, like somebody had printed a Van Gogh painting. The colors were bad. And it's cheesy because it's got like a fake texture.
Oh, I was saying.
And, Andrew donated
He
it.
said that one.
No.
And I sat and I looked at it for about, I don't know, probably 45 minutes before I started it. And then I decided what I would do to start was just paint in the colors that I thought Vincent would rather see. So I gave it a color boost upgrade. And then I added myself and Jess on bicycles. And then there's also some glow in the dark too. So when you turn the lights out, the stars come over.
You have the big dipper, right?
No, Van Gogh did that. So Van Gogh did that in the original painting, and then, like I said, there was a knockoff painting of the Van Gogh. And
I'm asking because I took a picture like that last week.
oh yeah, well, it's a Van Gogh painting.
Let's see the picture.
It's a fairly famous Van Gogh painting, but here's the problem: is I put it up on social media, and a lot of people told me it's my favorite, their favorite work of mine or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah. So it should be because I ripped off Van Gogh, but at the same time, I think it's quite a nice piece. And I won't be insulted that if they believe that I made a Van Gogh, but before I sell it, I'm gonna have to have a comprehensive explanation of what it is, so that nobody's buying it for the wrong reasons. And I think part of what people are responding to is it is a fairly recognizable piece to some extent, right? So
My picture also has it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what made Van Gogh amazing. He would paint pictures that Galen takes pictures of.
After.
Yeah, right, like, they're absolutely universal. And so that was actually why, even though it was kind of a cheesy print, I couldn't bring myself to cover it up completely. And I have such bizarre mixed feelings about this, I might end up just leaving it. But I really do have some deep, like, trouble. I don't know who I am anymore, feelings about that. Seems like the same. Like when I mixed,
It's like the same latitude.
I mixed all my primary colors one year and realized everything I'd ever learned and taught was wrong. I accidentally made blue out of green and purple in my grill house days. And so for 5 years, my brain was kind of aware of that, but still unwilling to completely accept it. And then one year at St. Tim's, I started a unit called The Color Wheel's Boring, What Do You Want to Do? And all my kids did these really interesting paintings because they didn't know anything to start with. And someone out in the woods and gathered leaves and made color wheels, and some collected garbage and made color wheels, and there's all kinds of color wheel experiments. But what I thought was interesting in this generation is they all started with CMYK. Instead of regular blue.
Right.
I went to bed the next one night that week, and I realized in my sleep that the idea of primary
Oh my gosh.
and the idea of the mixed yellow, because I've been singing for 5 years. Like I've made purple out of green, I made blue out of green.
How did you mix yellow? I am curious, I gotta say.
So this orange and green will make yellow. And magenta.
Garbage.
If you forget about red, yellow, blue, and you stick to either CMYK or red, green, blue, red, green, blue are your secondary colors from CMY. And so there's no more secondary colors. It's just a mix.
Oh, hi.
There's primary colors and secondary colors. And some of the secondary colors are actually.
That's just a hoodie.
So good. I was like, okay, but I said, can I be an axolotl?
Oh, what? Yes.
No,
I like the alien. That's really cute. In the kid. What the heck?
The
babies are cute.
Yeah, I'm looking at Halloween
Costume for Luke
Well,
when
you're
he
not
was a
throwing
baby
things.
as a monkey.
Very
still
famous
have it.
artist in Calgary.
Cute. I've been looking
$17,000
for a long time, I guess.
And
I said, I'll be the banana.
I didn't want to
Always
take
go
that
there.
because it wasn't very sportive.
That's
I already
cute.
knew- I already knew the
The
answer.
axolotl's cute.
Um,
That would be so awesome and random. Look, axolotl costume.
He actually threw paint at me.
I would totally be
He did what?
Well,
an
he didn't throw
axolotl.
paint.
There's an inflatable gorilla, so then it would be cooler.
That would be
Because there's fans.
Air on you.
And, when I did prove it,
Because the boys had an inflatable just,
there was a lot of sort of
Morph suit when they
explanations.
were little?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and it was
Well,
cooler because they were,
Like
they had
blue, the word
they
blue
had inflate air
covers
going
a
through.
lot.
There's no
of
such thing
territory.
as primary or secondary colors. You can
Look at it's creepy.
Blue.
So crazy.
blue
Just
and
like
cyan
so
and magenta.
silly.
Most of those are paint me. Here, watch, I'll show you.
Yeah, I know. Like, and just
I've gone
telling
down
you,
more
it
rabbit
starts
holes. You could
with
be
the
Donkey Kong.
semantics
That's
All
funny.
colors.
Or a banana.
People's
She
choice of
dresses as a
words.
banana though.
Well, we don't even
How
know-
big is that? 2 feet by 4 feet? Yeah.
Well, I'm 5 feet. So you can
Lay down.
like measure my
I think that's
wingspan
like
is probably about 5, so
2 feet by 4 feet. I think so. Because that's 2 feet.
yeah, for sure.
And then it might be longer, but I'm going to say 2 feet by 4 feet. Or 2 feet by
Ish.
5 feet. Ish. Put the ish in there. Yeah.
Are you gonna do a demo?
Possibly.
Yeah, I want to see which shades.
Well, this is a
slash-
cheaper set, so it's not
Like
the
I want to
colors.
see
You
what.
could, one person can wear the bottom, and then the other person can wear
Sit on
the
this.
top.
That's
Or
orange.
just for
Like
like
even
That's
the
for
this is
green,
green.
Half and
that-
half.
But yeah, the green is already.
I'm already
muddy.
sensing that you're
Right?
not
So one
prepared
guy
to.
wears that
No,
one, and the other one.
I
eyes-
do want
that's
to find out
hilarious.
if you're right. I want you to
My
move
eyes
the
twitching.
glass slightly up.
Sure.
Okay.
No, I
this
haven't
is the
done it with this
inflatable
set,
one
so if
that I
it
thought-
fails on the first
though,
try.
like, that's actually
It's not
super
gonna
fun.
be colors.
It looks like
No.
King.
It's because we don't believe it's gonna work.
Okay, I better.
So here's what happened, is
So my beliefs will make it happen. I'm gonna engage them in this
You
and
believing? Sure.
believe that this is
If I mix these, I'm gonna get a shitty brown.
right.
That would, this one,
But as I
Peter
draw
Biggity.
it out,
He's Sam Biggity's brother.
it'll lighten
He
to a
lived-
bright banana yellow. It's just like you said, I already had.
It might be
colors,
his
so
brother because
I need to
Peter
find
doesn't
something.
come all the time. He lives in Toronto usually, and now he's in town.
It
for
even
a
works
little
with
bit.
these, which is terrifying, because these
Oh,
are,
those are the things that the kids have, right?
they're as low as you can sink.
There's
Berry.
and that's
So
pretty
again,
much
this is pretty
all-
muddy, so I can't make any promises. But you know that if I took a blue and a purple with these, if I took a blue and a red with these, it wouldn't make purple, because these are such shitty paints. If I took a blue and a red with these, it would make kind of a brown. Like these are the lowest
I
quality.
know, I've seen it.
So that's
how
why we
many
think it
years?
won't work. But then when you realize that yellow is closer to the edge of the center of the color wheel than the outside, as you lighten it down,
$50.
because it should be in the center and not, it becomes a really beautiful banana yellow.
Unless you're using bad paint. Oh, there.
Yeah. And like I said, with this, I kind of have to fight with it a bit because
Yeah, is
I'm not as familiar with
With these.
the proportions. See what happened with the first time I tried
There's
this?
two, and there's one piece behind it. Sandra.
There's yellow there. But wait, I'll try it again with something more.
I'll send you the address. That's going to South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
South Carolina.
Yeah, Drew.
Drew brought it.
Yeah.
So you get this.
I see yellow where some white is refracting
Which
off
pink
the
is there?
color.
Yeah, I saw it. Are you keeping it?
Can you go over that side of the chain?
Yeah. What? Come here. Is that what you need?
Sorry, I know. I
Here, show
went
the
beyond the
people.
barrier.
This is my mom. That's
Oh,
the camera.
jeez.
This is for you know?
That's
These are-
okay.
See what happened was the first time I tried it. I ended
You
up
don't.
with-
You're not on
So
camera
there's
now.
more
Your hands are on camera.
intensity in those.
Isn't it
I
cute?
don't know how they
Got
achieve
these
the
really cute little pieces of
intensity.
paper.
Do you know what they
You mean
do?
the bottom?
to
They bought the paper like that, and then
colors?
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
How do
If
they
I have a
make that
if I have a
happen?
clean green and a clean orange, which is the only thing I'm struggling right now because I have
Yeah.
muddy paints,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get kind of a puke brown, and that puke brown will lighten to
I don't know if
a
you want
banana
to
yellow.
sell
And the only reason I'm struggling right now is I'm kind of painting in multitasking, so I'm not getting the right
It's in
proportion.
my purse.
Yeah.
I really like this one, the roller
But
skater.
here,
What are you
Like you
eating?
can also get.
Hey, what are you eating?
He's got a
Red,
cracker bag with
your-
that. Are you working on a piece? I'm sure, Mom. Are you painting something? Not really.
it's
Not
absolutely
feeling
yellow.
it tonight.
But
Back there?
because we're
Yeah,
trained that
show
you
your-
can't
That's
do
your
it,
little
get this
spot?
puke
Your
color,
spot.
and you convince yourself that
Your
you're
hideout spot?
right? Like, oh,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it doesn't work. But as I lighten this, it becomes a nice banana yellow.
So it has an interaction with the white surface.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that when you put red with blue, it makes purple. And when you put orange with green, it makes yellow. And so you do have to lighten your orange and green because yellow on the color wheel,
Is closer to white
on the
than
color
blue and
wheel you
red.
have red, green,
You've got yellow right
Yeah,
there.
totally.
that's yellow.
You've got yellow there.
Yeah.
That yellow is not as believable as that is actually yellow.
Yeah. But you see, like red would be here, blue would be here, and this shit colored brown would be
Yeah.
here. And as you get closer to the center, you get pink, yellow, and baby blue, right? But it's why do we even think yellow is going to be out here on that color wheel? It's right at the center where the values are light,
Oh, wow.
right?
Where'd you get that?
If I took a picture of red, yellow, blue, turned it into black, white, I have a dark spot, a dark
it's
spot, and a
nerve.
light spot,
That's
right? It
that's
doesn't
really
belong
cool.
out there. It belongs in the center.
Toys R Us has
So you end up with this like kind of puke brown when you do green and orange. And as you lighten it, you get a yellow. And it's the same with magenta and cyan make blue, orange,
Basically,
or magenta and yellow make red,
I don't know.
right? So like And when I first started doing this, people would say things like, "Oh, look, I can make blue out of purple and green." They're like, there's already a lot of blue in that purple. I'm like, how is that any different than saying it's a lot of green and blue and yellow that I have? You know, like it's.
I am curious though about your original colors of green and orange there. I'm curious how they make neon colors. How
Well,
do they
let's not
even-
worry about neons. I don't have my.
And how do they make those pigments? I'm sorry,
It's all
I'm
chemicals.
curious about that.
Well, and you know that like when you buy a set and they sell you a purple, it's because
Like, what do they put in?
Oh, that's like those
Chemicals.
swords that
they used to put rocks and dust in things.
so when they put it in.
You used to have to kill a gopher at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
At 3 o'clock in the
But
morning.
now, what is that?
The 4 o'clock gopher is no
I
good.
am really-
Okay, these are just gouache. I haven't done it with these either. Green.
You're thinking, you don't have to prove it.
No, I know,
can
I just-
see the
yeah.
yellow there.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that like it actually.
Which is a relief because sometimes people go out of their way to say that's not yellow.
Yeah, no, that's definitely yellow.
Yeah, and the other thing is that
But you're gonna do gouache because I'm still asking about these neon
I don't
colors.
know. They're plastic. All of these, okay, all of these colors.
It's poly.
All of your paints are left over from oil.
Yeah. Oil slick.
If you buy paints that aren't coming as byproducts from
Dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
it means that you're getting something that's like $300 a jar.
Yeah. True.
But I figured this out about 5 years ago. When I first figured it out, people would get angry and yell at me. And
I
also,
find that reaction kind of ridiculous.
Me too.
Like, why?
Hi. Have you been in before?
Yes, I just can't be here in person during the auction. I wanted to see everything in person as I
Oh.
was walking by. So
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
that's awesome. Scout things out.
how did you discover us?
I am a scavenger hunt person.
Yes, that's so fun. Okay, look at this will be.
You're the
Yes,
scavenger hunter.
Yeah, they did.
Give me a book.
It's hot back here.
Whew.
It's really hot back here.
There's your bookmarks are on your computer there, Rich, if you want. I will showcase all of the work just for you.
Thank you.
$25.
It's a city
But
state.
only for tonight.
A what?
For the auction?
Yeah.
What?
As a gift for coming in to check us out.
Because you're showing motivation.
What's the date today?
The
You're
26th.
showing
Okay.
this motivation.
It doesn't look. Do not redeem this for cash. So $1.
I love that you ripped a cat
It's
picture.
not a cat picture.
It's for tonight.
Like 12 years. Put it on your head. Like this. No. Oh, right up here.
Right above, actually, because you can't see it. Yeah, because you can't even see the eye at all, really. So yeah, it's just. This is by Peter Biggity.
I've been tuning into the auction.
Very good.
I haven't won anything.
Well, now you have a head start.
Ooh, that one wasn't posted.
I just got it up, and also I noticed that the picture you posted, Rich Teru, is not the entire piece. It is way longer than what I posted. I love this one. Yeah.
Oh, your dad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the story is super funny. A gentleman donated a Vincent Van Gogh print in the frame. And then it was a bad knockoff with textured background. And then, you know, when they like print onto a textured thing to make it look like painted?
Yeah.
And then Rich took that and actually painted into it.
I think
And
that's funny.
Isn't it good? Yeah, it's like actually making a painting out of a non-painting.
Out of the face.
Yeah.
Of a really offensive.
But then he painted like a whole scene looking at this. It's very meta.
So cool.
I think it's gotten better response to killer paintings. Did you show mom your spots?
A what?
You show your yarn.
Yeah, you don't need all those. You have to go, let's walk around and walk.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
you can
gist.
do a walk before the rumble
Yeah,
starts.
do walk, man.
This
I thought it was smaller too. I think that's part of it.
The scale.
They weren't all there in his
Oh.
defense.
It
It was half yesterday.
In this time I
You have
watched.
to make sure you throw the garbage out. Remember the close-ups, but then
The mice?
you also kind of need to see it again. So
I'll throw it out with my
entire
thumb.
height.
The whole side.
while using the same elements of that paint. You have to use something.
This was from Girl
Thank you
House.
so much for
Kathleen's
this.
been
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah,
pieces.
you wanna keep-
Oh, really? She's moving.
I can't hang it in
She brought a bunch of Enriquito pieces too.
Well, I brought three. I have more. And I bought these from him, not at auction.
Yeah, like
paid
from
him
him.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have what, 3 of his?
I'm moving into a condo.
Good luck.
From a 3-level split.
Oh no.
Or 4-level split, rather. And I have art
You can go.
everywhere.
You're safe.
I feel sad that Jess and Rich never got to my place.
I've been to your place.
Just take a video of the whole thing and
I
then.
know.
I was at your place when I taught at Bishop Auburn.
Oh my gosh, but it
You were
changed.
you're just tearing the floor out. And you
It
showed me-
changed so much. Oh my gosh.
You're just tearing your floor out.
I
You're
always-
showing me the works you did of your students.
I always wanted you guys to come out, but now don't do it. It ain't pretty. But I'm excited regardless.
Yeah, that's good.
So I can take all the art. You would not believe how much art I have.
Oh, I believe it. We have a storage room across the train tracks.
We give a
too.
lot of our art away though.
Yeah, we do.
We
Yeah.
buy a lot of art and give it all away.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of also got its kind of
It's
drawbacks because sometimes we'll buy a piece of art because we love it and it's in the auction and it just deserves to be purchased.
I know.
And then like people are like, hey, thanks for buying my piece 2 years ago. Do you still have it? I was like, oh, probably not. I probably gifted that. But the funny thing is, and this is especially in the summer, it so often will happen that I'll buy a piece in the auction and then, I'm not sure why I picked that one over the other ones, but I'll buy a piece in the auction and the next day somebody will wander into the gallery, like literally on their way to the river to jump off the ledge. And they'll just be like, where did that piece come from? I'm like, I just bought it and I don't have room for it. So what a fortuitous moment. And that's kind of what happens is we end up gifting it to just the right person.
Yeah.
And there was one piece I made that was really kind of alarming because what I did was I took a photograph from the 70s that wasn't necessarily taken in the most respectful manner. And I painted it back together. With
How are you?
Good.
How are you?
With
Good.
Full dignity.
Nice to
I was
see you.
re-dignifying
Nice to see you
painting,
too, and nice to see you.
photos.
Chelsea, where'd you go?
Chelsea was on
Instead of
vacation,
meeting,
and then she was on vacation, and now she is at meetings.
Oh,
The poor Chelsea.
But this
Yeah.
young lady came and she was like, I have to have that painting. And I explained the background behind it. And she's like, that actually explains the last year I had. So
Wow.
it's pretty
Wow.
powerful. There's a lot of kind of magic that happens, especially with like the wheel. It seems like a lot of weird coincidences seem to happen around here.
Yeah.
what's that? No, just hang on. Yeah.
Well, Enriquito was so prolific when he was with us, right?
Do you watch him
I
on?
follow him.
Oh my gosh, so
I just-
prolific! And do
I
you see his
just
son
can't
doing stuff
believe
now
it.
too?
I can't
I know.
believe it. Like the guy is a machine.
We struggled so hard to get him not deported. He ended up in,
And now he's like living the life.
He's living the life.
and now we want to get ourselves deported.
Yeah.
Like people are really supporting him.
Yeah.
He's selling a lot. What about Danny?
He's in the UK.
In the UK.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And I love his work.
I know.
It's phenomenal.
So cool.
Like, who would have thought
It's just so like
back then
yeah.
he was doing, nice work, but there was nothing consistent about it.
Yeah.
There was a
And-
growth curve though. that was
And now
consistent.
it's like,
I contacted him a few weeks ago, or last week, to get him to confirm that I am who I say I am, because I was applying for my British passport.
oh,
So it turns out, this is something I've done most of my life, that my 3 cousins whose father was Welsh had dual citizenship.
Right.
I did not have dual citizenship because it was my mother that was Welsh. So in the 90s, I tried to apply for my British passport.
There's people asking about seeing your piece closer up, but should I say in a few seconds? I really love how it's blending.
How much time is it?
20 minutes till 9.
Is the quality not good?
I think it's just far away. Oh wow.
So you know what it is? It's kind
didn't
of
mean to interrupt
it's
you
an
guys talking,
amalgamation
by
of
the way.
moments, specifically probably at Cafe Bino,
Cute.
where a number of times I kind of ran into either Frank, who was a psychic, or this other lady that worked as a psychic, and one lady that I think might be a witch, if there's such a thing. So
There it is.
it's kind of an accumulation of
Witches and psychics.
magical moments, and then one of the themes was.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember I asked you, like, what was the theme? And you like started answering me a lot of stuff. I'm like, not that, not that. And I was like, okay, I got it. Because I was just looking for that one word.
Yeah, because it
I
was
was looking
about
for that one word to do with. What was I thinking of doing?
yeah.
I cannot remember. What I was thinking of doing was something about
Psychics.
well,
The
kind of
crystal ball.
being joined at the table
Uh-huh.
by
Former relations or people.
no. So what happened was I lived in a house that was haunted, and I don't believe in ghosts, so it's weird for me to talk about that. But I also got really freaked out one night and left the house. And the funny thing in the movies is they're talking about a house being haunted, and you're thinking to yourself, that's crap. If that house was haunted and things were really moving around, they'd get out of there. But in real life, you're like, nah, I must be imagining that. And I have a lease and all kinds of like excuses. So I was in a real life experience where I wasn't going to go home because there's something wrong with my home. And my concern was I didn't know where to ask for help. And I think what I'd said out loud the night before was, I don't want to talk to a psychic because they'll just charge me. I don't want to talk to like a guy that does exorcisms because whatever. I don't want to talk to a doctor because they'll tell me I need to sleep more. I know I need to sleep more, but I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And
None of us can.
the next morning, I'd woken up with the words devil dog on my mind, which is a palindrome for God lived. I just dreamt about that. And I thought, oh, I'm going to write a palindrome today. I have a head start because I woke up with 2 words already. Spent like 2 hours at Cafe Vino trying to think of anything other than devil dog that was a palindrome. And the thing I came up with was yes or is also Rosie. So I thought I wanted to write a whole sentence that was a palindrome. And I was kind of working on a mind map. And this lady walked up and bumped my table and shook up my coffee and said, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, that's okay. And she's like, are you working on a mind map? I'm like, no, I'm working on a palindrome. She's like, what's a palindrome? I'm like, what's a mind map? And then I told her the story about how I was working on this palindrome trying to make a sentence that went forwards and backwards, and all I had was devil dog. She said, I used to have a devil dog. I'm like, that's interesting. And she said, can I sit down? And I was like, well, that depends. What do you do for a living? And she said, oh, I'm a physical therapist. I was like, for sure you can sit down. And as she sat down, she gave me this look. She's like, but I also do house cleansings. But I would never charge cleansings. I would never charge for that because that would be wrong. And I was like, wah! And so there's a lot of things happening all at once.
Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah. Sorry, did I make you scared when I did that?
Yes. Your eyes scooping out.
That's what she did.
That's what she did.
I sensed it though. I sensed it. I was talking that story.
It's creepy.
Yeah, so she did a cleansing in my house, and some bad stuff happened, and I moved out and broke my lease. And then
You broke your lease.
I moved out. Yeah, and I don't believe in ghosts, and I broke my lease. And then, strangely enough, I was years working at Bishop O'Byrne. And we got out Friday afternoons. Probably shouldn't tell this on the live feed, but what happened was I used to keep a baseball bat by my front door as a joke, right? Like, if anybody breaks in. But I shared the front door with the vestibule of the people next door. And when the witch came to my house, she's like, oh, you didn't tell me you had a vestibule. And she's like, I'm going to have to do this again. She kind of took off. what I remember about that vestibule is you heard every word of what was going on in the other apartment, in our stairwell or in their living room. And so I broke my lease and moved out a month early. If I hadn't broken my lease, I would have been in the apartment at 3 o'clock when the Beltline rapist was apprehended. He broke into the vestibule and attacked my neighbor. And
I still get chills.
when I found that out, I was so wigged out I couldn't speak for a couple of days. I remember I had that scene from Pink Floyd, The Wall, where I took a shower, I didn't feel clean. I thought I was going crazy. I didn't feel clean. I shaved off all my hair. I didn't feel clean. I couldn't speak for 2 days. I was so overwhelmed. Like I said, I found that out after I'd broken lease and moved out, right? The way I found out is my ex-girlfriend had phoned me up. She's like, the Beltline rapist was apprehended in your old doorway. And I assumed she meant in Victoria Park because I lived in an even sketchier spot in town, but it wasn't in Victoria Park. Here's the worst part. A year later, when he was getting his, that's the worst part. Here's another awful part, is a year later when he was on getting his parole or court, what happened? He was trying to appeal. His argument was that a ghost made him do it. And I was like, that might be partly true, but I'm not going to back him up. But there's a whole bunch of weird stuff that happened in that space before I broke my lease and left. And that's, I haven't even started telling the story yet. That's just the end of the story.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
You can't make things like this up.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is-
and I
this
also, it was happening to me and I didn't believe it. And I think I probably came the closest to having a nervous breakdown that year. And then I started understanding a little more about how the universe works versus what I was taught being raised. So I had to reprogram my mind a bit too. The other weird thing is I was having this meltdown. And my mother is probably the last person in the world I'd ever talk to about it because she was so logical. She was Spock. She had no sense of humor. She was just straight up logic. And it raised me to be so skeptical. So at this point where I was kind of having a breakdown, I'd already wished for a witch to show up. The witch showed up, did a cleansing, things went bad. I moved out. Then they got worse because I read in the newspaper this horrible thing happened. I finally, I thought I was losing it. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, it's like sometimes I know what people are thinking. And she's like, oh, your grandmother did that. I was like, what?
A heads up would have been nice.
Why would you spend so much time convincing me that all those things aren't true if you think those things are true, And I called my cousin because I thought maybe if there's anybody in my family that might be able to empathize or would also be willing to mock me for such a ridiculous belief. He was my cousin, and he's like, I can't confirm or deny I know what you're talking about, but I will tell you I smoke a lot of pot and drink a lot to avoid my inner
Feelings.
demons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of weird stuff that happened.
I can relate to the whole your
Yes.
and your life.
Yeah.
No, it's just something.
You rationalize
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I lived for a while in a house that was not.
Yeah,
bad.
Kelly.
Yeah.
It's
I got married.
Seven.
Oh, okay.
My
Thank
sister-
you.
my
Thanks
sister
for the
came to visit me, she was at my theater or whatever. So
I magically reappeared.
the night that night
Did you
before
show
before the wedding, she
your
was like,
yo-yos over there?
she was at the kitchen and she was so tired, and then I'm like, did you sleep? And she goes, no, and I'm like, oh, did all the sounds of people running up and down the stairs keep you up? And then she goes, yeah, why were you guys fighting all night? Because she thought it was us.
Oh my
But I had lived in that house for so long. I'm like, oh no, those were the other people that live here.
That's.
At that
But you were
point,
just like, oh
it
yeah,
was-
that's.
I had
Oh,
forgotten,
that
I
gives
had
me
gotten
so much
used
shivers.
to it.
Yeah.
Like
That's just the other people.
it was just like, because what it sounded like is, when you stay in a hotel room,
Yeah.
and there's people fighting next door,
Yeah.
so you hear the sounds of fighting, so you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
And then a
yeah.
high pitched and then silence.
Yeah.
And then it starts up again. Like,
Yeah.
like it sounds like people fighting.
Oh
Except
my
there was
God.
nobody next, like in the next room. I'd be alone in the house and I would hear that. So anyway, I got used to it, but I did have to leave at one point because my daughter, like she was 4 at the time.
Yeah.
And she wasn't doing good. She was getting bullied at school.
Yeah.
So there was so I asked her one day, she was looking really sad, and I'm like, she was like, I don't want to do what they're telling me to do, and I'm like, oh, which girl? Like, we'll have to, I'll call the school, we'll have a talk, like you shouldn't do. And she goes, it's not them. And I'm like, but we were in a really isolated spot. So I'm like, who's telling you? And then I looked at her and I'm like, is it the house? And then she looked at me with this eyes and she's like, totally. To this day, she doesn't remember that at all.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, after that, I'm like, you don't want to do what they tell me to do. And then she couldn't talk about it. And we had no other friends except the sounds in the house.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gone.
Done. Like,
I'm done.
not breaking the lease, not breaking the lease, totally breaking the lease.
Like when your 4-year-old is like saying like she doesn't want to do what they're telling you and you don't know who she's talking
Oh. I don't need to watch scary movies.
And then like I think like later I find out the house burned down to the foundations. I'm like, good.
That's for the
I'm
best,
like,
yeah.
Good. But yeah, but people say you believe in ghosts. I'm like, oh my God, it's like I didn't see anything.
Not really. Yeah.
I just heard noises.
Okay. So we just for the live feed watchers, please find your way back to us at 9 o'clock. I'm going to shut this down, and then I'm going to start a new live feed for 9 o'clock for the auction. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you so much, Dusty, for making art with us.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. And we're going to start a new feed in 10 minutes for 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Lady that did the cleanse on my space, the witch, had said there aren't like spirits in your house.